Hey guys, welcome back. We have a lot of videos that we're covering, a lot of topics. So we're gonna jump in right into VA buying eligibility requirement and your certificate of eligibility.
Yes.
For starters, let's talk about eligibility requirements. So yes, you may be active duty or be in the service, but some people actually don't apply.
Right.
So tell us about that.
I actually have had past clients that have separated from the military before, and when we go and we search for their certificate of eligibility just to make sure that you can obtain and use a VA loan, sometimes it comes back with that they've never applied for eligibility before. So in those cases, the next step that I have to do is ask you for your DD-214, and we submit that document into the VA in order to get your certificate of eligibility. They will look over that, look over your record, and make sure that you are eligible. So there's certain things, certain requirements that you have to do within the military in order to obtain the benefits. So you, once you join the military, once you've been active duty for at least 90 days, you're eligible. You can purchase a home. I've had clients in the past where they've been in for 6 months purchasing a home, 19 years old, you know. The second one is, let's say you have somebody that's in the reserves or the National Guard. You have to at least do that for 6 years.
6 years.
6
Way
years.
different than 3 months
Yes.
as active duty.
Yes, 6 years before you can actually be eligible for a VA loan. Now, when you are in the reserves, you might, you know, catch a deployment. They might call you up and you have to be deployed. Once you've done that, you could be eligible. I've had clients in that situation as well. So that leads me into the third requirement. So yes, you do, if you are reserves or National Guard, you do have to hit the 6 years. But if you do catch a deployment and you get deployed for 6 months, that makes you eligible because you do have to at least have served 181 days of active duty during a peacetime. So if you are called out while you're in the reserve, it's usually because it's in a peacetime. Is that right? I don't know. Essentially, they need
I
you.
should know the answer to that
I know,
question.
That's the way that I would see it.
If you're,
because it
wait, what's
says,
your question? If you're like a TR,
if you are reserve,
sure.
if you're in the reserve and they call you up for active duty, it's because of the fact that they're either short people, whatever.
There are going to be so many different reasons. There can be a deployment because they need manning. Like say you're a traditional reservist, they need more manning, or there's just a slot. I mean, there's a lot of traditional reservists that are wanting to work at a certain base, a certain location, and they're waiting for that, right? Because most of the time we don't have the manning or like the manning slots. You might still be low man as an active duty unit, but there's ART slots. They're reservists, but they're working full time. If there's not a slot for that, then obviously there's not a person. But if a slot comes open and there's a TR waiting to be in that position, that might be why they go. It's just because they want that job. Or sure, there's a deployment. Like I'm sure there was some reservists out there doing the refugee stuff last year or 2 years ago. I don't know, time's flying.
Recently I've had one that was helping out with the border.
Sure, that too. That's a great example of recent stuff. So. And there's a lot of people too, because we're an all-volunteer force, that it's not always that they're getting called, forcing them to go in like active status, but rather than people volunteering for stuff. And I don't know, in my opinion, I know a lot of reservists, and I'm active duty as well, so I see both ends of it, but there's a lot of reservists that want that because, especially with today's economy and high cost of living, they're looking for that secure paycheck. So it could be, you know, so many different reasons. Obviously, if you're watching this, you're probably military, looking to join the military, or a veteran, so you're probably very familiar with all of the things. So another thing that you should keep mind of is that if you're a veteran and you did separate and you did all of the things, but you got a dishonorable discharge, note that may make a big difference and that you might not be eligible. Have you dealt with anybody that had a dishonorable?
I have not, no.
I have not either. So one of these days, I'm sure it'll come up, or maybe you get the phone call wandering, if not, but
I should look that up real quick. But honestly, I'm like 99%. If you are a dishonorable discharge, you do not get any benefits.
I mean, you lose a lot of benefits. The VA loan is a huge benefit.
Yes.
So, I mean, if I was Uncle Sam, I'd say, nope.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't know, because a lot of people get...
Sorry.
What is that? An ice maker?
It's on top.
Oh. There's a lot of people that will get general discharges or other than honorable, and then after time it'll change to a general or honorable. Depends on the commander and how much you wanted to punish them, but I know a lot of them, unfortunately. But I don't know, I've never dealt with that as an agent. Everyone that I've dealt with is either just out and they're good or they're in. So have you worked with somebody that it's been like an other and honorable and it transferred over, or at that point it doesn't really matter? Like if you might have, maybe.
I might
but
have, yeah.
by the time you worked with them, it was honorable. So I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll find something out. Maybe we'll learn something in the future. When we do. I don't know. We'll see. These are good questions. But anyways, okie doke.
So those are the main 3 requirements to get your eligibility for a VA loan. If you're questioning that, if you're thinking, well, am I able to do it? If you have any questions or anything like that, we'd be happy to answer them for you. If you're questioning it at all, you can send me your DD-214. We'll get the eligibility request going and see what we can do for you.
Absolutely. All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.